Check. 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the show. It's your boy Levelhead back with another live Level Gamers podcast. I have the crew in the buildings. Mr. North, K120, what's up?
Going on?
What it do, man?
What you say? What it do?
What it do, man?
I guess this Rockstar with this Dead Red coming to the Switch.
It's the Dead Red.
Well, I mean, come on now. It's what, 12 years old? But what does this mean? We also going to talk about length versus experience. Don't get your mind twisted. We talking about does the length or the experience of a game, which one matters more to the value of the game? Length versus experience. So this is not an adult podcast, so don't get your mind all up in the twos. We not talking about that. We talking about this. And the other topic is, should sports fans love turn-based / strategy games? I think that's going to be an interesting topic. But what's been good with you guys, man?
And nothing. Look, oh man, working my butt off. That's what I've been doing. Trying to pull 60-hour weeks for 6 months. That's the stuff I'm trying to get done.
Okay.
You know, real man stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Legit.
Yeah. K-Bun, what about you, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
Looking forward to my next trip. Got a family trip to Florida. I'm excited about that. And before we get started, just make sure you guys put your prayers up for Hawaii, for the Maui forest fires. I just took a look, and the area that my family was at 2 years ago is completely burnt down. The area that we just spent our vacation completely burnt down. About 30-some people, around 40 have lost their lives already. So if you guys have an opportunity, a chance, send prayers, donate money, and do what you can, because it's kind of devastating for those families and places out there.
Last time I checked, there was like 36 people. So you said it's 40 now?
I think it's above 40. I saw 40 plus last today when I looked.
Man.
Crazy thing, man, is my nephew, on my wife's side, just literally came home from doing service in Hawaii. He's home, and that all happened while he's been home. And so I don't know exactly where he was stationed in Hawaii, but I'm glad.
Most likely he was in Oahu.
Okay.
That's where the military base is, but they have bases other places too, but most likely.
Okay. Did none of that get hit?
No, it's a whole different island. It's only the island of Maui.
Okay, okay. But yeah, man, welcome to the show. We in here. No cap. But we in here, man. We about to get into these topics. Anything else? Make sure we send those prayers out to the citizens of Hawaii, Maui, and what else was I finna say? But yeah, man, we are here, and we got this cast ready for you guys. So let's go. Oh man.
One quitter, TKO.
But we got
Smash Bros though. So we are here, and I'm excited, man. I got the crew here. Lots been happening in gaming. If I get in trouble, y'all, I burnt the biscuits. So don't. Yeah, I'm telling on myself now. If she comes down here, man, I am in trouble trying to be here for y'all, and it wasn't even my fault. I checked them, and I'm a pretty good cook. They didn't look done. So I came down here and uploaded something, ran back up like literally 2 minutes, and they was too toasted on the bottom. So I'm scared she gonna be in a situation where she get back. But anyway, welcome to the show.
Like certain
slap your
certain people's feet.
I slapped myself. So my wife come down here and you hear me getting slapped literally. Just keep listening to K-Bum and Keith. We gonna make it through. So anyway,
Also put Level in your prayers. While
put me on your prayer list. Send up
because apparently he needs it.
Peace. You know what I'm saying? Turn the other cheek. Literally. So
that's not a folding chair you just heard crash into his head. That's not a folding chair. I'm just saying.
Shoot, man. So anyway, man, lot to discuss tonight. Rockstar is bringing Red Dead to the Switch. Again, we're gonna talk about that length versus experience. Which one is more valued in gaming? The length of a game or the experience that you have with the game? Or both. We're going to talk about that. And should K-Bum, as a sports fan, also be a turn-based strategy lover? Keith is going to kind of lead us in that conversation. But anything else before we get into what you've been gaming on that we want to bring up here, man? Is Marvel going through right now? They trying to unionize.
Yes. Whatever bad things you're about to say about Marvel, the answer is yes. I don't know what you was going to say. But the
I know
answer is yes.
the graphics and CGI crew, like 50 of them
Trying to unionize.
Yeah, they like, y'all overworking us with all these trashy, overly. I know they had to work hard with Quantumanium because they had to literally take stuff out. No, not Quantumanium, but Black Panther 2. They had to Wakanda Forever. They had to take a lot of stuff out and edit a lot, and that's why had a lot of issues. And I heard it was a lot of borrowed assets from other. It was a lot. So they want to unionize. I think. Okay, let me ask this real quick, and then we go into our what you been gaming on. Are comic book movies oversaturating the movie industry right now? Are we growing fatigue? Not that we done with it. I'm not done with it, but is it too much right now? Do we got too much?
Man, I've been hearing that since what was it? Infinity War? Was it Infinity? What came after that? Was it Infinity War the last one? Endgame. I've been hearing that since Endgame. Everybody's been wondering, especially when we're talking about Marvel. We don't even have to talk about DC. But when we're talking about Marvel, I've been hearing like, ooh, that was a really good way to end that. But they kept going. And it feels like they just kind of been a little disjointed, just kind of going with the motion, kind of find that feel to get back into that space. And I that's what I think it is. I don't think it's that we're growing tired of it. I think it's kind of like, man, they gave us some of the best cinema, from the, what was it, like 15, 20 years? Was it, I don't know how long it was, Kevin, you can tell me, but however long it was to build up to that end game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't replicate that. Or it's going to be hard to replicate that.
It is very hard to replicate that.
So I think that's what's going on, more so than anything.
Okay. K-Bum, what's your thoughts real quick?
If the movies were good, they wouldn't be saying this. That's the problem. The problem is that the studios aren't producing quality. It's not the oversaturation, because I'm sorry, as being a comic book fan, being a huge Marvel fan since I was a kid, this is the best time of my life. I've been asking for this stuff to be on the big screen forever. And if it was of quality, no one says there's too many murder mystery movies. No one says there's too many action movies. No one says it's too many spy movies.
Say it's too many Fast and Furious.
That ain't stopping from making it, and that ain't stopping from making. That ain't stopping from making money. On top of that,
I'm about to go buy. I'm going to buy a Fast 10
exactly
tomorrow because I want to see. I want to see how Jason Momoa did.
We say we're tired of it. We're not really that tired. We're not going. People are not going to be okay with average anymore. That's part of what they're tired of. They're tired of average.
When they went to the moon in the car and some duct tape, I was almost done, K-Bum. I was like, you know what? I could get with the superhero, but we in space. Y'all got Tyrese and Ludacris in space, fussing and arguing. I was like, this got to be the last one. Go ahead, though. I keep interrupting you.
But no, that's all I was saying, man. It's people are not selling for average anymore. You can't just put an average comic book movie out there. If you put a comic book movie out there, it has to be good. I mean, because people are getting fatigue of just having to keep up with the saga. But as far as if you're going to put out a good one, people are going to watch it. Just like no one complains really about Guardians of the Galaxy because it was a good quality movie.
Yeah, it was good. I
I don't
say
think I
this.
finished. Did I finish that? I did finish that.
It's good. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was actually good. A good ride. I think they need to go ahead and boot up X-Men. I think that's what they need. I think they need to go away from Avengers for a little while until they figure out what they want to do. They definitely need to figure out what their identity is going to be. Are we going to be ultra woke? And we got to take back woke. What can we say instead of woke? Because I hate being a person that's continuing the improper use of woke. I don't want to perpetuate it no more. So we gonna take woke back. We gonna use woke where it's supposed to be woke. Use what can we call this that's going on? It can't be awakening because that's woke. Whatever this thing they're doing.
It's included. It's an inclusion.
Inclusionism.
Inclusion to a level that's kind of beyond what's expected or beyond what's suggested.
The over playing the inclusion. Everybody get a trophy, conundrum. But to me, they need to figure out that and land somewhere because they jacking things up by what they doing. But I think if they just go ahead and do X-Men, let X-Men build like they did Avengers, and focus on that and fix what they're gonna do with Avengers. Because once you rip out who we've been with, what's up, Alan Steve? Said, what's up, gamers? We here. About to get into what you've been gaming on. Anyway, so that's what I think they need to do. Go with X-Men. Start just like you did with Avengers. Build it up. Let us come acquainted with a new saga like that. And then somewhere tied into, because you just ripped too much away from the Avengers. And I think it's too much. And it's too much of the other stuff included with it. The inclusionary, whatever it is that they doing, they need to figure it out. But that's enough for that.
Hold on. Before you move forward, because I did want to mention this. I checked out. Did I say this last time? Twisted Metal. I don't know.
No,
if
you said it in the comment section in our chat.
Oh, okay. So definitely raunchy. There's some definitely raunchy parts. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard that. Definitely gore. But it was a fun experience. It didn't take itself too serious. I actually might go check out some other episodes of some old episodes. No, they're old to me now, but go back and watch some of those episodes. I think y'all should check it out on Peacock.
Which version do you got of Peacock? You got the Atlas?
No, I got ads because I think I was getting it through Comcast.
Is the ads bad?
Nah, they don't last long at all.
So they do turn it off and you had to watch the ad and then it come back on.
Yeah.
I may have to go with the $9.99 because I want to see.
You gonna catch this ad?
I'm gonna have to go with the $9.99, man. Go ahead.
But what I was gonna say was, man, if the superheroes is kind of like fading out or whatever, go on put them video games up there. We already had The Last of Us, got Twisted Metal. Mario was killing it. Mario is actually on Peacock. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it might be a good time for these video games to fill that void. If there is
that may need to be a topic for next week. Should we go away from the comics to video games? Nia, welcome to the show.
Let's hold on, y'all. Let's not forget.
Nia's here. Welcome to the show, Nia. Alan, Steve, Nia. Make sure y'all share this, man. Let them know we here. Is it time to go away from comic movies to the game movies? My wife is here. Okay, so my wife
hold on
is here.
on that level.
I'm finna go up here and butter this up because I'm in trouble. All right, so
yeah, you go ahead. Let me go ahead and hold on.
Yeah,
hold
you
on,
talk and I'll be right back.
Let's not forget. I know. We want to say this because we've asked several.
Keep talking, my friend.
Pretty good video game movies. With Uncharted was good enough. Mario was good. Last of Us was good. We've had some pretty good video game movies, but let's not forget that they've already tried this, and we had Assassin's Creed, and we had Prince of Persia, and we had Resident Evil. Let's not forget our past here. Yes, Big Woe.
In that same vein, we also had Daredevil and Elektra. You know, they got it right at some point. You know,
I'll put that taste back in my mouth. That was disgusting. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying, let's not be so quick to say, yeah, we're done with comic book movies. Let's go to video games because they will produce even worse crap than these comic book movies because these people. You don't have the people. What make the comic book movies great, and what make even the video game movies great, and that's what we see in Mario, is that when you have people who are passionate about the IP associated and are making the game, you get a movie. You get a movie with substance and depth. Okay, so that's what we need.
It's time to go. I think Keith hit it on there. It's time for the comic book movies to step aside for games. We need Kratos. We need Zelda. What other game? Red Dead Redemption.
Fire.
Starfield. Anyway,
and in 3 years. 4 years, you guys are gonna say, okay, we need to move back to comics.
Well, we might do that. Anyway, let me know in the comment section. Is it time for the video game movie adaptation to take over the comic book movies? Do we need a break from comic book movies? And could game adaptations be the replacement? Right now, we're finna go into what you've been gaming on. I'm finna smooth over my mess up with my wife a little bit longer. We'll be right back. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
Oh man, this is good. This is too good.
One hitter quitter. TKO.
All right, who want to go first? K-Bum 20, Keith Norris. Who going first? What you been gaming on?
I got it. I think y'all gonna like what I got to say.
All right, go ahead, Keith.
I've been gaming on absolutely not just playing. So I told you I finished Pikmin. I had my big Pikmin talk last week. If y'all didn't hear it, go check it out.
We gonna stop playing anything Nintendo, man. God.
I know, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a whole nother topic. So I finally picked up Sifu. These guys have already played.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot. I didn't play a lot. I've been, like I told y'all earlier, I've been working a lot. But I finally picked up Sifu. And let me say this about this game, man. When I first saw it, I looked at it and I was like, it's gonna play like Batman.
Oh, mistake number one.
Mistake number one. Now, it has the spirit of Batman in that you're getting crowded and you have to defend yourself and you have to fight. But it's not like Batman at all. You don't press one button to do a block. You have to actually block. And then you have to actually block high. And you have to block low. And if you miss, they're going to get you. And
you will be punished.
You will be punished. It's an interesting, like I said, I haven't played a lot. I like the fact that you get right into it. Like, I don't know what the story is so far. But you get
doesn't matter.
It don't matter because you get right into the fighting, And I let my kids come in here and they play. They got their butt kicked because I wasn't trying to teach them how to play on purpose because I wanted them to get out.
Ah!
I'm sorry, bad daddy. But no, man, it's actually pretty good, and I can't wait to actually really sink my teeth into the combat and to learn how to actually fight. Because right now I'm just kind of like clumsily making my way through the game until I actually get that feel. I've only played 38 minutes according to Steam, but it's different. It's different fighting. Like I said, I thought I was gonna walk into Batman, but that wasn't it. That was not it. And yeah, that's what I've been gaming on. But once I play more, I give y'all my feedback compared with what y'all. K-Bone, you completed the game, didn't you?
No,
Yes.
he ain't beat it. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I wasn't
And
sure.
I'm still playing Master Detective. It's taking me a while because that game moves at its own pace, and of course I've been working a lot, but that game really moves at its own pace. Um, Gotten some really good storylines in that game, so I'm still on that. Hopefully I'll be finishing up here soon with that game, and I can move on to something else. But that's what I've been gaming on.
Okay, all right.
Wait.
Go
I
ahead.
watched my son play. Fall. Was it Fall Guys?
Fall
Yeah.
Guys, yeah.
Yeah, he was out this week because they start school next week, so he was out. So he booted up Fall Guys, and he was having fun with it. And I did. Oh yeah, and I was teaching him how to play Mario Kart. So I did play a little bit more. I was teaching him how to play Mario Kart a little more than what he's already known, like the really using the power sliding and recognizing when to power slide. So we was playing that. But yeah, he was playing Fall Guys, and I think he really liked it. I think he's gonna keep up with it. He actually didn't get eliminated this last time he was playing. So
Oh, nice.
very interesting concept. I'm not mad at this concept of a game. It's just real fun party
I
game.
played
It's different.
Fall Guy
You
on the
played
Switch. I was on the Switch. It was cool. What are you playing on the Steam?
it? Switch. He played on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
pretty cool.
Man. Let me get myself out the way because I'm not going to be long. I have played absolutely nothing because we have been renovating at our new location, trying to get the church up. So I just been trying to grind that. So I haven't really gotten the gaming in since the last time we podcast. So that's me for this week. Nia says she's been playing Ratchet and Clank on PC because school has started back. She's a teacher. So Sister Nia, how is that game? How is that game on PC? Let us know in the comment section. All right, K-Bummers, the floor is yours. What you been gaming on?
Cool. Since I've been gaming, so what I've been gaming on,
So what you trying to say? See, there you go.
what I've been gaming on
slick
is I'm still trying to beat, and this game is longer than I thought it was. I'm still working on beating Midnight Suns. That game is a pretty long game. It has. I like story, but it has way too much dialogue. There's too much of not playing the game that goes on with this game. And I think if they would have toned it down, it would have had a better ebb and flow to it, the way the game works. But there's too much not playing the game that you have to kind of get through in order to play the game. And that's even, 40 hours into the game. There's still too much non-game stuff going on. Like, they really try to make you have an interest into the characters, the Marvel character that you with, and it's to a fault. Where it's like, come on, man, just let me play the game. So I'm still working on finishing that. I've actually started back up Madden. Actually, I got the football itch has come back upon me, and I've actually been playing a little bit of Madden. I'm actually playing it right now and trying to win this playoff game so I can focus on the podcast.
You breaking up.
Okay, it wasn't just me.
Nah, you breaking up, K-Bump. You went into All right. Did he fall out?
Let me see. He's still talking, I think.
You still talking, K-Bump? You might need to reset your mic. Okay,
Send him a
so
message.
yeah. Thank you, Keith. So while we fix that technical difficulties, I see Alan Steed said, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. On what system, Alan Steed? I need to know. And Nia said that Ratchet and Clank on PC is slightly unoptimized, but playable, super fun. Keith, is that kind of how your experience been with the Ratchet and Clank on PC?
I did not buy it. I was going to get it until I saw that it wasn't, like she just said, unoptimized. And I was like, well, I am going to wait on the patch. I'm waiting on that and Star Wars. I need those games patched and
I do
and
want to
fixed.
play. I want to play Survivor. I wish I would have got that over. I should have listened to K-Bum and got that over whatchamacallit, Horizon Forbidden West. All right, PlayStation 5, Alan Steele. Okay, all right. K-Bum, are you back? Are you fixed? Okay. Do y'all hear my family up there? What'd he say? Casey, shut that door up there for me, please.
He is getting in trouble with biscuits.
Yeah, no. No, she was talking to my daughter. So we still waiting on K-Bum to get back. So
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and finish.
Okay. No, I would just So I said Midnight Suns. I said Madden, since football season's coming back. 2K, because the homies are getting ready for the next 2K. And then finishing up with that, playing a little Overwatch. They just dropped the new season, dropped today, a brand new character. And so I'll be getting into that as well.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Nope.
All right. So that was what you've been gaming on. Let's go. All right, so last week we didn't go into our main topic. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop saving the main topic to the last topic, and the main topic going to be the first topic. Because I watched our podcast from last week, I was like, we should have started off talking about the Switch 2 at the beginning. So our main topic tonight is Red Dead Redemption coming to the Switch. So now, K-Bum, you shared this. I haven't really did any digging into this situation with Rockstar and what went into the decision to bring this game over. I know was it you, Keith? It was K-Bum. You asked what was the last Rockstar game to come on a Nintendo device. My mind jumped all the way back to the over-the-top Grand Theft Auto, but Keith was right. It was L.A. Noire, and I actually had that game on the Switch, and it's actually a good game. It's long in the tooth, and it can get boring after about 20 hours in. It gets a little redundant with having to choose who you think is lying and following up all this stuff and doing an investigation. So it was a little draggy, but it was good on the Switch. Visually, it looked good on the Switch, and I was enjoying it for the time I was playing it, but definitely put it down. So I have never played Red Dead Redemption. Now, y'all know how I am. Before we get into this, if I bought the game, I would probably... Let me not say that. Let me not spoil them all. Let's just stay with this happiness. And so Red Dead Redemption is coming to the Switch. So I'm going to bring you in first, Keith, and then K-Bum, I'm going to double back to you. First of all, how do you feel about it, and what does this mean? How should we... who is that? Mia, my boyfriend, and I just made...
Don't finish that.
I think that's
don't finish that.
Oh shoot!
Don't finish that, brother. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Anyway, remove. Thank you. Just caught me off guard. Anyway, so, man, let me get my thoughts back together.
Threw you off. Threw you all the way off.
The floor is yours. What is your thoughts, and what does this mean when it comes to Rockstar and Red Dead Redemption coming to the Switch? Go ahead.
Let's see. So I guess I got to give a little history of me playing the game. So I played the game on the 360. I never finished it. I don't think I've ever finished a Rockstar game. So that lets you know where my hype level is. And I do have LA Noir on the Switch as well. So I'm not really hype, but I'll try to be, I'll try to give my take here. I think it's a good thing. Me and K1 we were talking about it, but I was looking at videos, trying to see the comparison between that and the PS4 Pro versus the original Xbox 360 and the PS3. It looks better. It's a lot cleaner. They've done some things with the color. So it really looks like a really good port.
Probably the lighting. Has been
Is this
updated.
Red Dead
yeah,
on the
yeah.
Switch?
Yeah, this is Red Dead on the Switch.
Okay.
And there's video footage of
let me
it.
pull
It comes out next week. Next week.
It's not Nintendo first party, is it? Because I know it's not. I'm just messing.
No.
All right, so we ain't gonna get hit for playing it.
The ninjas.
Yeah, I
ninja's
don't know
not gonna
if
hit
it got
us.
that. If it got that, you might. So you might not want to get the.
They better not hit me for playing this on the Switch. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, like I came on, you're probably right. It probably is the lighting that's a lot better. But it looks good. It looks like a game that
Yeah, I'm
could
scared.
be really fun playing portable.
It's on the
What does this mean? I don't want to read into it. Like with the new Switch that's coming out or the new devices coming out. Are we looking at a really good relationship starting to form? Is this like a test? Like, oh, we're gonna put this game out here and just test the waters to see how the Nintendo fans will respond to this, because then we can possibly port Red Dead Redemption 2. And I know on the Switch, no, not on this Switch, the next Switch, and then whatever. Of course not. But I think they probably just kind of testing the water, trying to see how people are going to receive it, because it's not Grand Theft Auto, right? Grand Theft Auto is real raunchy, especially for if we want to consider the Nintendo audience, even though we know that's a narrative that's been pushed. We know the Nintendo audience is very broad. However, it's not Grand Theft Auto. Red Dead does have its, it's R rated. Is it R rated or T rating? Is it R rated? I don't remember.
I'll have to check.
Okay. Well, whatever rating it is, it's probably not teen. I don't know. Mature rating probably. So it has that. So I guess they're just kind of like testing the water, trying to see if there's going to be an engagement. You got an install base of like 130 million consoles sold on the Switch right now, right? Of the Switch, between the OLED and the OG and the Lite. So if they can garner up the sales, that probably means that they're probably going to want to work with Nintendo moving forward. And I think this is what this is kind of leading to. It's kind of like a testing of the waters.
Okay. K-Bomb.
Yep.
What's your thoughts, man?
So yeah, I took a look at the game on the Switch, and it looks good. It looks good for what it is. I see no problem, and I see no reason, no negative reasons for people not to buy it. Right? It's not like the Vaseline Mortal Kombat 11, whatever that was, or even the Vaseline version of The Witcher that came out. I don't see any negative reasons not to buy this game. Right? I don't. It's not like, maybe we don't know if it's buggy or not, because I believe whatever GTA, there was a GTA remaster that came out a while ago that was buggy as crap, and it was just a terrible remake. So I don't know. We don't know as far as bugs goes, but as far as how it looks visually, it should be fine. And I did play Red Dead Redemption when it came out on the PS3. I did not finish it either. I was really excited about the game. I thought it was going to be more than what it was. Me and my buddies played a lot of the multiplayer aspect of it, and it wasn't as good as they advertised it to be. And so we kind of slowly lost interest in the game. So I didn't finish it. and even at that point in the PS3 era, I was not an open world gamer, so it didn't take me long to get bored with the Red Dead Redemption. Um, but it's all in all, it still was a good game, right? And so that leads to the question: what does this mean for them to bring this game to the Switch? Right? It's Rockstar to bring this game to the Switch. There's multiple thoughts that I have. One is, as like Keith said, are they testing the waters? With an install base of 130 million Switches, is this a test for either Red Dead Redemption 2, as Keith said, on the next version of the Switch, or even GTA 6, right? Which I still think this may be pretty hard. Even with that, the devil's advocate point on that is it's still pretty hard to say you're testing the water with a, what is this, 12-year-old game? That I don't know how that truly qualifies as testing the waters when you're comparing to bringing a newer game. But if you're bringing something like Red Dead Redemption 2, then that makes more sense, since that game has been out for a while, and even GTA 5, which has been out for matter of fact, I think that's hit 3 generations of consoles actually. So I don't see why that wouldn't make it to the Switch. So that could be a possibility. Or it could be, that Keith said as well, that relationships have changed, and you see this kind of with EA. That the FIFA game, and the FIFA is actually an updated new version of FIFA. It is no longer the PS3 version of FIFA that they've been cash grabbing for the past 3 to 4 years on the Switch. That they actually took the time, put in the effort to make a updated version of the Nintendo Switch's version of FIFA, right? Is this a trend, right? Or the last piece is, as we said, there's 130 million, and this is just a cash grab. This is to take an old game that we've already made a bunch of money off of and give it to people, package it as new, charge them $50, and say, here, we gave you a AAA game. I personally think it's more of a cash grab. I think it's more of let's hit this audience before they move on to the next one. Let's make it seem like, hey, we're wink wink, we're doing this for you, the fans. And they're trying to get a piece of that 130 million install base so that they can make more money. Because it was a remaster, they will look at the remastering for the higher ends, right? But this is PS4 Switch level, so I think they're trying to make some money. I don't think they're trying to. I don't know. I don't feel positive that they're testing waters. I don't feel positive that they're changing relationship. To me, a remake of a game from this standpoint, I think is let's cash in on that 130 million install base. But that's my point.
Okay, all right. Welcome to the show, DJ Fanatic. First name basis in this place. All right, so let me get my thoughts. So Keith, kind of restate what your thoughts were again, so I can kind of, and then I know what K-Bum said. What was your thoughts again, Keith?
Oh, Lordy, what were my thoughts? Testing the waters.
Testing the waters.
Is Rockstar testing the waters with this 130 million install base, and have their relationships changed between themselves and Nintendo, or has it, just gotten stronger? Because it's not as if they had a bad relationship, but
right.
Have they gotten stronger?
Okay, so I'm going to go to where you at more so than the cash grab. It literally is a cash grab, but I think it's a test the waters too at the same time. Now, typically, I would throw shade at stuff like this when these companies throw Nintendo 12-year-old games and act like it's a big deal. But at the same time, with this series not ever being on Switch, it makes sense to start with Red Dead, the first one, and then if things are successful, port the second one over maybe to the new Switch. I don't know. I mean, maybe they trying to get in, like K-Bone said, and get some money, but at the same time, if they sell well enough, this may be incentive to put Red Dead 2 on the new Switch at launch. See what I'm saying? So, also, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 should be a title they should bring over to the Switch at this point. I know that I heard what you said, K-Bum, that is raunchy, but I mean, come on, since the game is on everything but Nintendo system, if you're gonna bring this that goes all the way back to the PlayStation 3 era, you might as well bring Grand Theft Auto 5, which will be, if you bring Grand Theft Auto 5, it's gonna sell well. This is gonna sell well. I'm probably gonna get this on the Switch, guys. I'm probably gonna give my $50 and give Red Dead Redemption a try. So I'm late to the party, but I'd rather know where the story started than to jump into 2 and have to double back to 1. If I'm gonna buy it, I'll buy it on the Switch and give it a try, and maybe catch up with Red Dead Redemption 2 if they do a good job on the next system. But I think it's a good thing, and I do believe it's an acknowledgement that Nintendo has struck gold, and I think whatever Nintendo is doing next, third parties feel comfortable about it. That's what I'm seeing, because it's not just Rockstar, it's EA as well. Just like you said, K-Bomb, EA is no longer pulling the PlayStation 3 with some updated rosters. They actually going to do FIFA for real now.
Right.
So to me, it says that, to me, for them to do that, they're confident that what's coming next, they must already know, and are confident that it's going to continue the success of the Switch. So it's most likely going to retain the hybrid thing that it is. It's probably going to be Switch 2, and it's probably going to sell just as well as the Switch did. So to me, this is saying that third party are warming up to Nintendo being a player in this space and needing their titles to be on that platform. That's what it's saying to me. They may have came late. Nintendo proved themselves with the Switch. They trying to be on top of it with the next thing. So they're throwing out at the end of this system's life some titles to dip their toe in the water, see how the fan base respond, and if it responds correct, I believe we will see more of this on the next system and going into 2024. That's what I see. But we'll see. Because LL Noir didn't look bad on the Switch. I'm going to be honest, it didn't look bad at all. But I think Grand Theft Auto 5 will be a better bet than Red Dead Redemption. I think they should try Grand Theft Auto 5 and put that on there. That's going to show you, that to me, that will sell like hotcakes. You put Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Switch, that's selling like hotcakes. On the go, Grand Theft Auto 5 with some PS, with some decent graphics, yeah. Not decent, but upscale graphics from the PlayStation 4.
No,
I don't know. I don't know if I would say that at this point.
You don't think so?
that they've squeezed every ounce of GTA 5 for the PS3, PS4, PS5. I don't see it selling like hotcakes on the Switch now, because it's been like, if you wanted to play, you pretty much played it.
But that's my thing.
For the past,
Can you play it in your hotel room?
That's my point. That's my point, K-Bone.
But they've even stopped putting out new content for it. Like, this year was the last bit of content they've put out, and so I don't really see the interest in GTA 5 still being heightened enough to consider it to be sold like hotcakes.
I'm telling you, if they put Grand Theft Auto 5 on this hybrid Nintendo system where you could take it to work, you can go on the go with it, it's going to sell. Matter of fact, let me ask the question in the comment section. Oh, Wayne, we got a new Wayne Honda. Welcome to the show. I think this is my first time seeing you in the comment section, my friend. Welcome. As always, K-Bone wants you to know.
We got Smash Bros.
We got Smash Bros, though. Anyway, welcome to the show. I want y'all to answer this question. First name basis, Nia, Alan Steed, Wayne, who else out there? Would Grand Theft Auto 5, if you're listening, would Grand Theft Auto 5 sell well on the Switch? Being this long of a tooth in the game, and this is spending almost two and a half generations. PlayStation 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Would it?
And if
DJ Fanatic says yes, it would sell. It would sell. He's saying yes. Who else? Nia, who else in here? Let me know. Wayne, what's up? Would it sell? Alan Steed, let me know.
hold on, let's wait. Let's backtrack just a little bit. I know GTA is the hotness. We gotta go back. I gotta vet you level. Hold on. You said you gonna buy Red Dead. That's what you said.
I think I am. I think I'm gonna buy it, man. I'm gonna buy it. No, the reason I am. I'm gonna tell you why. I've always wanted to play Red Dead Redemption, but at the time I was like, am I going to invest that amount of time? And when it came out, I missed it on the PlayStation 3. I missed it. And I was like, and then 2 came out, and I'm like, well, I never played 1, so I didn't buy 2. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, why not? The graphics look good. It's on the Switch. My Switch is in my main living room upstairs, so it'll be more prone to get played than my man cave because I got to kick my son out of my man cave. So I don't access my PlayStation as much. So I may play it. So if it catches my attention, then I will be wheeled in with the Red Dead series. So I may give it a go. Real talk. So after watching this and listening to K-Bone kind of talk about it, I was like, you know what? Maybe I will give this game a try and, and support it, So.
All right. Elden Ring. Horizon. West.
Yeah, man. I shouldn't have bought that one. I shouldn't have bought that one at all. I should have listened to K-Bone and went on and got Survivor.
What's your? I know we got to move on, but what's your history with the Rockstar games like GTAs?
None.
Have you completed? None. Okay.
I never played I've never played Grand Theft Auto outside of friends who had it and little nephews who had it and checking it out. I've never actually bought Actually, I take that back. I did buy Grand Theft Auto
4, probably.
Which one was the one? Yeah, the one before this one. Yeah, 4. I bought 4, and I was playing. I was actually playing it. I had to pick up my girlfriend, take her out, go park. I had to go heist some cars. It just got, again, kind of like LL Noire. It got redundant, and I wasn't doing the crazy stuff. Just what I always watch my friends doing. They just driving around, playing music, shooting people. So I never really seen anybody really do the story. So I was trying to do the story, and it was a lot of chory type things. So I don't know if Red Dead Redemption is going to be the same way. If it's going to be more chory than but we'll see. I try it out. Let's see. Nia said Grand Theft Auto 5 would only sell good on the Switch if the GTA Online was cross-save. Ooh, didn't think about that. K-Bun respond, that is what I'm trying to get to, Nia. No, forget that. I ain't reading what you got to say. DJ Fanatic said, yes, Nia, that would definitely boost the sales. Okay, so the cross...
That's the piece I was trying. That's the piece I was trying
cross
to get to. Is
save.
that what makes GTA 5 still popular is the online. Like, people aren't playing GTA 5 to play GTA 5. They're playing GTA 5 to play the online part of GTA 5. That's why it still has legs right now. Some people are still playing it. It's the online version of GTA 5, which people are really big into. And I don't know if, like I said, if that on the go, because the Switch Wi-Fi isn't the greatest. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but like that's the piece that has GTA 5 still rocking and rolling. That's why I said that they stopped the content drops this year, and there's no longer any additional updates to GTA 5 online.
I think it would. I vaguely remember when I got GTA 5 on my PC. I got L.A. Noire. I think I got L.A. Noire on PC too, but I also got it on the Switch. And anytime you open it up, you do have to sign in. It's kind of like 2K. You know, you have to sign into your online, I guess, account or whatever. Or maybe you don't. I don't know, but I just vaguely remember you having to sign in. And when you sign in, it's redirecting and connecting to your online account. So I would assume that if GTA 5 was to come to the Switch, that it would be online, and it would be, I don't know if it would be cross save, but it would definitely have your information per.
It would have to have cross save. So if you have your $27 million that you created on the PS3, that you can bring all $27 million over to your Switch version, then you can play it on the go. But if you don't have that, then definitely people are not going to double dip.
I've always wanted to play GTA 5, man. The story. I've always wanted to play it. I'm not gonna joke. I have always wanted to play the storyline in GTA 5 because of the three protagonists and the way that supposedly the story interchanges between them. I was always curious what it would be like. But me personally, I believe it would sell well on the Switch. But K-Bum and Nia, I'm going to say you more so to K-Bum. I'm not giving it to K-Bum because we've been arguing about this for the last 2 days. I'm going to concede that maybe the cross-save may hamper things. You can't bring your saves over and the online. I will give K-Bum that he would know more about it than I do on that tip. GTA 5 is selling like that because of constant updates. Okay. So if GTA 5 came to the Switch,
game as a service. That's that game as a live game as a service.
Right. But if it came to the Switch,
Mario Kart is not a live game.
If it came to the Switch with all the updates, with that would, you don't think people?
It's long in the tooth.
But I believe there's a lot of people that just
who haven't played it
on the Switch. No, not that they haven't had it, but to have access to it on the Switch would buy it. A lot of people. Huh?
I was gonna say, here's the question.
Go ahead.
Are they still supporting PS3 and Xbox 360 with online content?
Yeah, everyone is no. The online content is done this year. It was the last piece, but they were a part of the live content. Everyone in the ecosystem of GTA 5 was a part of that content.
K-Bum, Nia says Rockstar has their own servers too. So there you go. I don't know how that. But anyway,
okay.
Y'all
I don't know how to
give me your
change
thoughts.
But hold on. But Q was making a point. Hold on. Q was making a point. What was your point?
Go ahead, Keith.
Oh, I was saying that if those consoles are still being supported, PS2 is still being supported. I mean, PS4 is still being supported.
Three.
I did. I said that. Then it would make sense for the Switch to be supported. But the game ain't even coming on the Switch. It's hypothetical.
The point I'm making is they stopped this year. They're not online supporting anymore. That's the piece that I'm making.
Gotcha.
Is that this year they stopped. They made their final content, and they are no longer making updates to GTA 5. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Y'all see what Fred? Welcome to the show, Fred. he said this, K-Bomb.
But we got smashed,
Oh, he didn't
bro.
say that. He didn't stop. He didn't say we got smashed, bro. He said if they put Mario in it, it will sell like hotcakes. You are absolutely telling the truth, Fred.
I believe
215. So anyway, but we ain't letting you do that. Slap yourself on that shade at Mario. Nia said a Mario skin in GTA would be dope. All right, okay. So anyway, continuing with this subject. So with Rockstar bringing these type of games in, these are lengthy games, right? I'm gonna use this as a segue. You know,
Segue.
I should get a. Hey, I should make that a. K-Bob, you be having these sample moments. Segue. So anyway, so Rockstar has what I call lengthy games. Like Red Dead Redemption is a lengthy game. Probably can get about 40 plus or more hours out of that game. To complete it, probably what, about 100? At least 80?
I don't know.
60,
I think
70?
80. I think 80 for this one. I don't
Okay.
think this was 100.
So Grand Theft Auto lengthy games get a lot of time out of it. So Keith has said I finished Pokemon, not Pokemon, but Pikmin.
Pokemon.
Hold on now.
He finished,
Pokemon.
he finished Pikmin. He said he finished Pikmin 4. And I asked a question. I said, because he had just bought about a week or so prior. And I was like, man, did you get your money's worth? You know, because he had beat it in about a week and a few days. And it sparked this conversation that Keith asked, where we was asking the question, length versus experience. He said, my experience was great, so it didn't matter how long it was. And so he said, and he asked the question, which is better? Which is more valuable, length in a game or experience? So I want to pose this question to the audience, to the listening audience, and then we're going to kind of dialogue. I'm going to bring Keith back in on this. Came on my bad. Keith started both, but I think
It's all
I'll
good,
bring.
man.
Okay, so
It's all good.
Keith, you kind of posed this question. You actually posed both of these questions, to be honest with you. So, length versus experience. We're not talking about get your mind out the gutter, but length versus experience. Can a game be short and still be worth every penny you pay for it if the experience is great? Or does length make a game valuable and the experience is kind of subpar? You take the floor and let me know. I already know where you're going,
right.
but go ahead.
Yeah. So, in you already set it up. So, when it came to Pikmin, right? When I was playing Pikmin, a lot of times I had the sound down, but the soundtrack wasn't bad. The ambience of the sound or whatever. The overall total experience of that game was great. It was it's not like it was a breath of fresh air, but the time that it came out, but it's been 10 years, so it was kind of a breath of fresh air to play that game. And doing things that I normally don't do. Like normally I'm in a game where I'm hacking and I'm slashing, or I'm doing this and I'm building things, or I'm doing whatever. In this game, I don't fully have control of the Pikmin. You don't fully control them. You just kind of tell them what to do, and then they stupidly run around and do things that you didn't tell them to do, and they get ate up. And it's anyways.
That boy got postmortem.
Hey man, listen, I lost so many Pikmin. It don't make no sense.
Post-traumatic syndrome.
But when you said that, I was like, yeah, I got my money's worth. Yeah, it was. I paid full price. I didn't try to get no discount code or anything like that. I paid full price for this game. And for me, even though I've completed it, the things that I've took away from it was there's still things I need to do in the game. So there's still opportunity for me to go back. But my son, he played the game with me a little bit. The Dandori battles, he still likes playing me in the Dandori battles. So there's still content to be had. But then I want to go to a game where I thought was amazing graphically, storyline, atmosphere, tone, and that's my thing finished down low and it kind of threw me off. Sorry. Uh, The Last of Us Part Two. I thought The Last of Us Part Two was amazing, but there was a point in that game where I was like, "This needs to wrap up." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "We need
Wrap
to
it
get
up,
to
G.
the, we need to wrap that up."
Y'all
You know what I'm saying?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. That's what you said. Go ahead.
But yeah, there was a point in the game where I was like, we need to get this going. Even with God of War Ragnarok, I was like, okay,
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
I get it. Pay full price for that game as well. So for me, experience outweighs
How long? the
how
game
long
is.
you've been playing the game. I was gonna say how much you pay for it, but how long you've been playing the game. If the experience is dope and amazing, then that's what it is. You think about all the things in life that you pay for that may be a pretty penny, but the experience that you're having is the takeaway. You know what I'm saying? I can even go, and I'm gonna pass it along, but I can even go outside of video games and talk about this time that me and my niece went kayaking down the stream and came back for like $80 down the stream and came back. And she's like 12. She was talking my head. I forgot Marvel and all this other stuff, but that was a great experience that me and her got a chance to share together, right? So for me, I don't look at it like, man, I paid $60 for this game and I beat it in a week. Man, the reason I beat the game in a week is because I was having the time of my life. It was great.
Nia said,
Yes.
bro,
Time
if those
of my
niggas
life.
die, they die. She sounded like old boy the Russian
They
in
die,
Rocky 4.
they
If he
die.
dies, he dies.
Yeah, they listen. Just get some more.
You sound like Ivan Dragoff, Nia. Don't do that. K-Bum, length. And I already know where you going because you don't even like long games. You definitely experienced. Go ahead.
Huh. I don't think they know. All right. So when it comes to length versus experience, so
And don't go to the wrong side of the conversation. K.
no, I'm gonna
Keep
be
it-
good. I'm
keep
good
it-
today.
all right.
I'm good today.
All right,
For,
okay.
for right now. So I am a person that, as Level kind of alluded to, I'm a person that I am not a 100-hour gamer. Like the 100 hours they put in to Zelda is not anything that I would enjoy to do. I that is not my cup of tea. You can wrap up the story and the game keep said as well. Ragnarok, I was ready for them to wrap it up, G, because we're concluding now. We can get to the point. So it to me it I'm gonna have to say this, which is a little bit different, is that it depends. I don't. To me, I don't think it's one over the other. I'll say that by saying when you say your money's worth, there are times where I need a good 15-hour, 20 hour, or maybe a 10-hour experience, and I'm like, I got my money's worth, right? But when it comes to the majority of sports games that I play, right, I prefer length when it comes to those. I prefer the enjoyment to last more than the couple of hours it takes to play a game. Some of my favorite experiences is playing multiple seasons of Madden or college football or 2K, and playing multiple seasons over months, right? That and that it still feels fresh. It doesn't feel stale. It's not boring, right? That's the piece for me that would be length, right? And even 2K, if you look at my 2K time, right, and the online gaming, I'm putting 100, 200 hours into a game. Matter of fact, I'm looking at it right now. 2K, I put 587 hours into the game, right? I would rather have length than just, oh, cool, it's a good experience. I played it for 2 weeks. Right, if I play a sports game in 2 weeks and I'm done with it, that I have absolutely not gotten my money's worth. I expect the online version of the game to keep me involved, to keep me playing. But when I'm playing a story-driven game, I expect it. I expect the experience to keep me there. Right. My longest game originally was 20 hours with Mass Effect. Right. And The Witcher kept me going for the 60 hours, 60 to 80 hours because of the experience. Right. So yeah, experience is very important. But to me, it depends because if you're talking about RPGs, majority of people who play RPGs don't want a 20-hour experience. If we're looking at, especially Final Fantasy fans, right? They're in for the long haul. They're here for the 60 to 120, 180-hour experience. Or even if you look at people who enjoy World of Warcraft, right? They need this experience to be fun continuously, not something you pick up a couple times a day and be done with it. So I think for me, I lean more towards experience, but there are different aspects and different type of games where I do want to be involved in the long haul. I've been playing Overwatch since 2016. So I think it differs. I don't think it's one or the other. I do think it differs a little bit, but that's my point of view.
Okay. I think what you said makes sense, K-Bun, but I think I'm gonna say it a little bit better. I think not no shade at what you're saying. As you was talking, it made me work out my thought. So I'm saying what you said kind of helped me work out my thought, and I think I can say what you're saying better because I was listening to you say it, and it was helping me think. What you're saying is it's actually experience because length is only as good as experience can keep it up. If the experience wears out, length would tire you out. And K-Bun, I'm gonna use something we hear in church about preachers, and we both preach and speak and stuff. You don't want them waiting for you to sit down. You don't want the people saying to themselves, "I can't wait till he done." Cause somewhere you unlost them. And it made me think about what Keith was saying about God of War Ragnarok. As good as God of War Ragnarok was, the experience did not hold up over the length of the game. The experience wore down a good 10 hours, 10, 15 hours before the game was actually concluded. To you was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just trying to get to the end. I'm going to be honest. I stopped caring about the story. Now, I don't know how y'all felt, but I literally stopped caring about this story about 20 hours in. I was like, you know what? I'm ready for this game to be done. So I think it's experience because length doesn't hold up without experience. So, Breath of the Wild for me, especially Breath of the Wild, it did not get old at all for me. But I mean, I know this is different for every person. But I think what I'm saying is true for every person. The length is only as good as the experience can hold it. Are y'all still there? Y'all got quiet on me.
You ready for you to wrap that up? No, just playing.
Okay.
No, I'm listening.
So I think it's experience because when I look at a game like, I'd rather be wanting more than to want it to end. I would rather leave wanting more. Like I remember I played Gears of War 3, and I'm a Gears fan. I was so into that game, man. I beat that game in literally a week. I played that game nonstop for a week and was done. I was like, man, I wish I would have took my time, but I enjoyed every morsel of it. The same thing with Ragnarok, God of War 2018. I enjoyed every moment of it, and I think it was about the same length as Ragnarok, but the story and where it took you.
I think it was a little bit shorter.
Maybe a smidget bit shorter. I think it's about the same, K, but I just think Ragnarok lost you and lost the experience just didn't hold up over the.
No, Ragnarok for me was about 40 hours. I think the first one was about 25.
Was
It
it?
took me about I think it took me about 40. Matter of fact, I'll check my PlayStation. See what it says.
Yeah, check it. Because
But you also got to consider Atreus. You know, they had that storyline in there.
Yeah.
The first one when you just all Kratos.
Right. So for me, I would say it's experience. I'm just thinking of all the games, like Ghost of Tsushima didn't get old to me at all. It could have kept going because the experience was just that good. Didn't matter how long it was. But trying to think of another game that I was like, man, I'm just ready for this to be done. Guardians of the Galaxy. I was ready for that game to be done. I was like, okay, I'm ready for this to end. You about 3 acts too many. There's a few other games that was like
What
that.
about Star Wars?
Star Wars Jedi, is it Last Jedi?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. No, I actually that didn't get old. That didn't wear to me. I didn't feel like I felt like it was perfectly length and experience was kind of ideal for each other. Welcome to the show, Rage and Banana. You said amen. Who you saying amen to? But yeah, so I would say it's experience, and I think what K-Bum said helped me to work out my thought. I think what you saying, K-Bum, is length is only as good as the experience can uphold it. If the experience needs the length, it's like a movie. Some movies need 3 hours. Like Endgame, no. Okay, I don't know how y'all feel. Endgame and Infinity Wars was about close to 3 hour long movies. And I felt like they needed every minute of those movies to tell their story, and I was there for the whole shebang. The same with Lord of the Rings. Those movies needed the time to tell the story. But then there's other movies that have been 3 hours long, and you're like, why was this movie this long? So I think the experience makes the length make sense. If the experience can hold it up, then length doesn't matter because the experience is holding up. But when the experience wears off, length is a chore at that point.
So the counterpoint.
Okay.
Counterpoint. I play. I'm looking at my playlist, and I'm actually out. I'll say this: I was absolutely wrong about God of War. Absolutely wrong. According to my stats, the Ragnarok I spent 39 hours playing. God of War original I spent 48 hours playing.
Okay, I thought
So that leads to your point of view. But I'm also looking at another game, which I felt like I absolutely did not get my money's worth at all. And the experience was cool because I got to play with you and my brother, but Shredder's Revenge.
No. Okay.
2 hours.
I was about to bring up
2 hours, brother.
That's not
Level.
no. We not
Level.
doing that to. We not
2
doing that to Shredder's.
hours.
Okay, but that is a side scrolling beat 'em up.
But no. The question was is length versus experience. That's the
I
question.
thought that game was.
This
I
ties
think that game is
directly-
exempt.
This ties directly into the conversation that we're talking. It doesn't matter what type of game it is.
I was going to bring up Streets of Rage 4 as an example of short, but I
The problem is we beat this game and we probably could have did it under 2 hours. We beat the game in 2 hours because we spent 15 minutes trying to sync together and group up. Remember that?
Yeah, but okay.
I did not get my money for it.
Okay.
It was not worth the money.
Let's be fair. Now I feel like that is not fair to the game that is.
I think it's
back in the
part of
day.
the argument.
Back in the day, we used to spend $40-$50 on Double Dragon, Streets of Rage, and all those games. Mario. You could beat Mario in an hour or two. You could beat the whole game in an hour or two. The game still costs a lot of money. So, for me, a retro title that's drawn from that era of time when games were not 4 and 5, 50 and 60 hours long, I don't think it's fair to Shredder's Revenge or Streets of Rage.
I
games
spent
like
my
that.
money.
But they was discounted. Like you only spent what,
spent-
$19? How much you spend on it? 19?
And it wasn't worth 19.
Bro, it was.
Okay. And it
all right, I'll
wasn't
let you
worth
have-
19.
In the comment
That
section,
was-
do y'all agree with K-Bub shading Shredder's Revenge?
I'm not. No, that is no shade. I am calling the game out for what it is. I am not shading the game.
Okay.
It was $19. It was on sale for 19. Retail was 39. Retail was 39. Let's be completely honest with
That's
everybody.
true. But
Retail was
but it got
$39.
replay value.
It
It got
was
a lot
it was
of replay
I-
value.
2 hours. I never touched the game since we beat it. Again, we were talking about our experiences. We were talking
Okay.
about from our
All
point
right,
of views.
all right, all right.
And my point of view is when we're talking about short games. We talked about long games, but we didn't really bring in the conversation short games.
I was trying to
and how
bypass short
and
games.
how we make us feel. And I feel, depending on what it is, if it's too short, I'm like, I did not get my money worth from this game. Another piece I'll say, I played Need for Speed. What was it called? Unbound, the newest Need for Speed, and I beat that in maybe 2 weeks. It says a total of beat in like 2 weeks time.
Mm.
And I'm like, that wasn't worth my money. I 2 weeks just to beat, and I'm done. And the online aspect isn't fun, and I can't continue to race online because they did a terrible job of how the online racing
No, I agree
works.
with that.
I don't feel I got my money's worth. Even though I've got it on sale, I don't feel I got my money's worth in this game. I could have saved that and spent it on something else. I do think, depending on what the game, if it's too short, if it doesn't have the length required for that type of game, I think there is some buyer's remorse that sinks in sometimes. Even if you had fun, I don't want to leave. Like, I think Miles Morales was too short.
I agree. Miles Morales was out. Now that's, to me. Go ahead, Keith. You can take the floor. You got it.
No, I was gonna say Miles Morales was the perfect link for me. That was her. I was like, it's just sweet because I remember I didn't. Well, we know why I didn't beat the first one, but I didn't beat the original Spider-Man. So when I beat that one, I was like, whew, that was perfect. I can move on to something else, and that was a good experience in the game. The music, everything was dope. His powers, it was perfect for me. I was cool.
Say,
I wanted more.
For Miles, I felt I'm a K-Bum. I wanted at least a couple more hours. I felt like it wrapped up way too quick. Rachel Banana says $20 seems fair for the title Shredder's Revenge. I agree.
Retail was
Rachel.
39. Retail was 39, but okay.
Okay, but we all bought it for 19. So
We all bought it on sale.
But okay, so my argument is, and Keith, you can come in here and get your sentiments on a game like Streets of Rage, Shredder's Revenge, Double Dragon, Gaiden. These games that are nostalgic in approach, going back to a time where a game didn't last but 2-3 hours. Beat 'em up. Me personally, I wouldn't count those games because those games are only meant to be short, beat 'em up and play through, and see how you like Shifu. Shifu would be a better example because Shifu
too
is
short.
Was Shifu too short for you?
Yep.
Okay, I feel like
it was just getting good once I
Right,
learned how to
okay,
beat it.
so-
I'm like I wanted more from it. No,
Okay.
it wasn't. Sorry. Let me take that back. I apologize. I'm wrong on Sifu. It was not too short. It was not. But it's to the point that you said beforehand. It left me wanting more. I don't think it was too short.
How many hours did you put in the shit?
It says 17 for me. It says 17. for me
That's not bad.
when I look at it. No, it's not. That's what I said. I took it back.
Okay.
But I still wanted. I wanted to experience more.
But the
of it. Like,
experience you made you want more.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I take back my
I
original
think that's
statement.
I think that's good. The experience held up through the length of the game to the point you're like,
Yes.
hey, I could have got a little bit more of that. I could have got some more of that meal. Rather than
Agreed.
saying, man, wrap this up. Like I was Ragnarok, I was like, wrap this up. I was like, I felt bad because I'm like, Kratos, I'm really tired of you. I'm ready for you to get out my face. And I felt like I
Tired
was
of
wrong
that
for
kid.
feeling that way. Huh? I was
I'm tired of that kid.
I was tired of Atreus. I was tired of Kratos. I was tired of the man at that last stage. Bro, I was like, man, if you don't get me to Odin so I can finish this off or whoever I gotta fight, I'm
You already
done
knew
with
where the
this.
game was going. You
Yeah,
kind of knew where
like-
the story was going. It's like, all right, let's get to the. I know what's gonna happen. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was about I would say about 8 hours longer than it needed to be. Rachel Banana says, I'll go ahead and say Tears of the Kingdom wasn't worth the 70.
Blaspheme.
Let's get into it. You know what? You know what? Oh man. Rachel Banana dropping. Okay, we got to do it. All right. So I was going to bring up, and she's giving me a little strength to do so. Okay. Wow. Raging, thank you for the open door. Hindsight 2020.
Oh Lord.
I'm going to somewhat agree
Oh
that-
my God.
Tears of the Kingdom,
Oh my
once
God.
I got past all the hieroglyphs and everything like that, it was really just cooking to go fight Ganon. And when I got done, I was excited. I think part of my issue was a lot of it got spoiled before I got there. So I don't know if because I already knew what was going to happen, it was just going through the emotions. And I got more, I'm going to be honest with you, I got more joy out of listening to Keith talk about it because I knew Keith wasn't spoiled. I was. I knew what a Master Sword was. I knew that what was going to happen with Zelda before it all happened. So I don't know if I'm with Rage Banana, but I'm feeling her. I still love the game all the way through. I never got tired of it. I just knew what the conclusion was, and it did be like, let me go and just wrap this up. I don't feel like I feel like I got my money worth. I feel like I ruined myself on Twitter. That's what I did. So I'm not quite where Rage Banana is, but she gave me the door to say some truth that I wouldn't have said otherwise. DJ Fanatic said gasp. Okay, so
Yeah, I got my money's worth out of Zelda.
Okay.
I don't know about y'all. The way I play video games, because I was sitting there looking at my time on The Witcher, and I had 181 hours
dang.
in The
Jesus.
Witcher. Yes, I did. 100 and something hour, 100, almost about the same in Breath of the Wild. Now, with that being said, I did not put that many hours in Tears of the Kingdom. Could I? Sure. There's stuff I haven't done. I think you were talking about the mushroom, and it was like the mushroom in that one town with that mayor, and they was
I
having the
did
mayor
that.
election.
I did that
I didn't
'cause
even
I
do
knew
that.
something about it.
I got to it. I saw that it was going to happen, but I was like, I kind of want to finish the game. So there's a lot of stuff, storylines that I could finish up in Tears of the Kingdom, but I just haven't gone back to play it. And it was weird though, because I remember when I finished Breath of the Wild, I was exhausted. Like I didn't want to play another video game, and I think I tried to play Horizon Zero Dawn afterwards, and I was like, I can't play this.
Dang, you did the
Zelda.
exact same thing I did. I tried to go to Horizon Zero Dawn. I got through a good portion of it. It's like, I'm good. I'm tired. I want something short and sweet. So I was ready for Odyssey.
But with Tears of the Kingdom, right? Facts. But with Tears of the Kingdom, man, everything to me meant something. For me, like you said, cooking meant something. Like for me, it wasn't like, oh, you think about the old Zeldas, you just go and cut down some grass and get hearts. But with this one, you had like you're actually out there, and you like in Breath of the Wild, you have to traverse and go against the terrain. The stormy weather, you couldn't climb. You had to watch out for electricity. You had to cook in that game, but it wasn't to this degree. So for me, it was a more involved game, and that's what I appreciated about it. And I feel like I got my money's worth, and I know that there's still content waiting on me
I'm
if I
like
wanted
I
to go back
said,
and play it.
Nia, I'm gonna go back to what Keith said. For me, it was because I spoiled the game before. I spoiled the conclusions and big major plots before I got there, and I knew what was happening before it happened. And so it once you know what's going on, it's like watching a movie. Yeah, you can go back and watch it, but once you know what's going on, it kills the excitement because you know what's going to happen. And it's only exciting to listen to other people who don't know what's going to happen. Like if you saw the snap would, even though it still sends chills, it's never like the first time you saw the snap. And I remember going to see the movie by myself, and the chills that came over me when T'Challa disappeared and all the other ones disappeared. I was like in the chill in the building. But when I went and watched it with my family, I knew what was going to happen, so it wasn't the same at that point. And that's kind of what happened with Tears of the Kingdom. I knew what was going to happen because I saw it on freaking Twitter. And the dude who posted it just rolled down my timeline. And I was watching like, oh, okay, what they watching? And then I saw him pull the Master Sword. I was like, oh, man, you just ruined it for me. Now I already know where the Master. I told Keith, I know where it's at, man. He's like, what? Yeah, I know where the Master Sword is. Because I saw it. And the same thing with the ending. But you kind of see the ending being alluded to when you talk to Robbie. He talks about the ability to reverse things. And because but then it got spoiled for me. So I say that's what happened to me with my experience with Tears of the Kingdom. It was ruined. So it kind of did start to feel chory towards the end because I knew what was going to happen. But once I got to Ganondorf, man, that was a whole nother thing. But I knew what was going to happen after that. So, but yeah, that dampened me a little bit. We still got one more topic. Did we have anything else to say on this one? So, did we make a conclusion? Is it experience or is it length? Which one is more valuable, or is it both? Don't be the first to answer.
I lean both are important because, yeah.
Nope, you can't say both. You got to choose one, K-Bon. One or the other.
I don't believe it because I don't believe it's one or the other. So I would say neither then.
Okay.
Because I don't believe it's one over the other. I think just like I don't believe it's gameplay or graphics. I have one that I prefer, but to me it depends on the game.
Got you.
It depends on the type of game. Like RPG games, yeah, you can have an excellent experience in 10 hours, but people are gonna flip out if you give them an RPG game that's 10 hours. What are you doing?
Okay. What do you say? Curry, is that a New World level? Curry. Explain Fanatic. I don't know if I'm understanding your question right. Keith,
But it said something funny because he already blamed us for saying seafood instead of seafood.
Oh, okay. I said seafood.
I don't know. I might have said it.
Okay. But go ahead, Keith. What was you said? You said experience?
It's definitely experience. I don't care if it's 10, 20, 180. My experience matters the most. So I don't care how much I paid for it. Now, if I paid a lot of money for it and my experience is trash, then I'm mad. I'm upset. And I probably won't mess with your next game next time. So it's all about the experience to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with experience because to me, if the experience don't hold up, the length doesn't matter. I'd rather want more than the want to be done. So experience matter is where it's at for me in the value of a game. So with that being said, let's go to the next subject and we wrap it up after this. So Keith kind of came with this topic. See, y'all, Keith kind of came with all the topics tonight. So y'all put your hands together for Brother Keith coming up with these dope topics. But anyway, so he said he was thinking, and I'm going to kind of let him set this up, but I kind of think I know where he's going with it. So he was talking about sports fans and those who play Madden and games that are kind of turn-based strategy. elements. Am I at that kind of where you're going with this, Keith?
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'll let you take over and you set it up, and then you can ask K-Bum because he'll be the best person to ask before you ask me. So go ahead.
So I won't take credit for this. It was not original thought. I was actually listening to something, but it did make me think about you guys. So the question was strategy games, turn-based RPG, strategy type games. In the game of football was the connection, right? So you with football, you have to come up with the X's and the O's, try to figure out how to beat your opponent, and they have to figure out how to beat you. And in a sense, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, it's similar to when you're playing like a turn-based RPG. You have to wait your turn. You have to come up with your strategy. Choose whether to use attack, magic, or defend, right? Because you don't, depending on what who or what you're up against. So when I thought about like football specifically, because it's definitely in X and O's, and I thought about basketball as well, especially back in the day when people didn't have the one-on-one skills that they have now, and they have to actually come up with tactics to beat their opponents. So I was just kind of wondering, should gamers, should people who like sports also like these types of games? Like, is there a connection? I'm not as big into sports as I used to be, so I don't even know if I can even really get into it. But it's really directed toward UK Ball, because I know, because you were literally playing Madden before we got on the podcast, or still playing it. So
FIFA right now.
FIFA. Okay. So I will really like to hear what you got to say, and also you two level about.
This is absolutely a K-Bum question.
Okay.
I'm with you. I don't play enough sports. I only play when he invites me to play or has a league that he wants me to be in. That's when I play sports a lot. So this is a K-Bum question. Go ahead, K-Bum.
Cool. So we're talking about the correlation between the strategy of sports games, and you get that, and football is a big strategy game versus the strategy that you have from turn-based type of games, right?
Right.
And the strategy based on football saying how, in order to beat your opponent, you have to execute your play to perfection or the best way you can, and you have to be able to counter what the opponent is doing to you, or be able to execute your plan versus the plan that your opponent is trying to put against you. Right? So it kind of becomes this rock, paper, scissors type of strategy that you get from Pokemon. It would have kind of the rock, paper, scissors strategy. Also, kind of a turn-based type of game where you kind of have to think about your actions and try to execute your game plan versus what the enemy has, the different types. Is he a water enemy? Is he vulnerable to this? And blase, right? So just to give a background, I play both games. I play sports games. I enjoy, as I talked about beforehand, I play Madden, FIFA, NBA 2K. I play the show, which is baseball. So all of the major sports. I don't play hockey as much as I used to. I used to back in the day. Used to also do NASCAR racing. And so I used to be any sport when I was growing up. I played it, right? And also play turn-based games. Right. One of those games was the infamous game that Level loves to make fun of when the watch came into the dorm room and saw me playing it in college,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
which was Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist Rose, which was a turn-based, card-based game. I also played Pokemon and Pokemon Light games. One of my favorite games was Pokemon Tournament or whatever on the 64, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I actually love the 64. Never owned one myself, but over a friend's house, I used to always want to play the Pokemon game because I enjoyed that very much. And I play turn-based games like XCOM 2. I play Civilization, and even Marvel Alliance, which is a turn-based type game. So I dip my toe into both waters and enjoy both genres. But your statement would make sense, Keith, if gamers and sports gamers actually played video games that way, sports games that way. But I'm sorry to say to you, Keith, that sports gamers do not play sports games in that manner. They do not. They're not playing off a strategy. They're just trying to. Most people don't even know the strategy of the sport in order to play it. They YouTube 5 plays and they run those 5 plays despite what you run against them, and they do not adjust with strategy because they only know what the YouTube told them to be able to do. So people are playing sports games because they enjoy the sport.
Hey, that dude
Not
was
not
wide open. How you miss it? Oh, my bad. He was wide open. You threw it to. Oh, my bad, K-Bo. I watched this dude playing. I watched a dude wide open. He threw it to a total. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, but even this is not football. I don't know. This is Tournament Madden. Tournament Madden is video game. It's not actual football.
Okay.
I don't know. It is because yeah, this is definitely a Madden tournament. Actually, no. This is the Madden 24 that's coming out. They allowed these two guys to play Madden 24 before it came out.
Okay.
So yeah, so I get what you're saying, Keith. But if sports gamers play that way, which is considered simulation type of gaming, that would make more sense. But these guys are normally not sin. They want to find the cheesiest things they can do online or plays. They want to find glitches and way to beat the system, and that's how they play. So I don't feel that they're into the strategy. Me myself, I'm into the strategy, and I try to teach people how to play sports games as if real life, right? How to use strategic type of gameplay and read and react like real football or basketball, depending on the sport is. But a lot of these guys, that's not what they're doing. They are trying to find the best exploit they can, and they play the game in that fashion. So no, I don't think these guys who play sports games would be interested in turn based because they're not interested in strategy. They're interested in winning. That are two different things. They find exploits and use exploits not because it's strategy, it's because it helps them win. And once you learn how to stop their exploits, they have nothing else to offer.
So basically, they couldn't explain to you why the play they're running is so, I guess, good. They just
They just know that it works.
They couldn't break that down. I mean, I'll watch you do it. You can break down why this play works against that defense, against that what's the word I'm looking for? Whether it's man to man or that coverage, that's the word I was looking for.
Man cover 3, cover 2,
yeah,
man to man press.
This is how I know Keith, and I'm gonna sing some praises of K-Bun. I'll be playing this dude, and he be like, "Man, you need to get out that coverage." I'll be like, "Huh? Hey, bro, what you running too deep for when I'm finna hurt you. Get out that coverage." And I'm feeling like, bro, how you telling me what to run on? So I've seen this dude literally call out what I'm doing. Oh, he running the ball. Oh, he about to pass. Well, how you know? Because I can tell by how you lined up. It's got to be a pass. So, like this dude that good with Madden. So I can see him being strategic with it. But when I was in that tournament, yeah, I agree with K-Bum. Nobody was playing. We was finding 4 or 5 plays that work, and we ran them plays into the game. So, and that's what I did. I had me 4 or 5 go-to plays, and I couldn't do it against him. I couldn't do it against his brother. I couldn't do it against none of them because they knew. Because some plays just the dude gonna be open every time. So why go to another play when you got 3 or 4 that's gonna be open? But he'll move his man and go man to man on my dude that's open, and that'll be the end of that. So I had to figure out something else. So I agree. On paper, it seems like they should be, but the people who play, no, they're not playing.
Yeah,
like that.
it seems it does. The reason why I like turn-based games and strategy games is because of the way I look at sports games. I am very when I played football, and that's many years ago. I was a very cerebral player, right? I understood, and the same thing that I did in Madden, I did in real life. I would tell, okay, well, this team is running this play because he lines up here, he lines up there. This is what the play is, and I go stop the play. Right? It's a very similar thing I did in real life, where it's a strategy. So that's actually why I enjoy turn-based games, because of the strategy behind those games. But I will say that is not the norm, the normal Madden player. And so that's why I understand what you say, and I probably fall into that bucket, Keith, that you're referring to. But the normal Madden player, I would have to disagree if he falls into that bucket.
So they're more hack and slash.
Oh, absolutely. They are. They're not even new God of War. They are old God of War.
Bro, I played this dude, and I just wasn't good. If I was as good as K-Bum and his brother, I would have left that dude scoreless. This dude ran the same play every other play, sometimes back to back, 3-4 times. He would run the same. Some dude I played in the tournament. It was Madden 2011, I think, that we was playing. Either 11 or 12. It was 11.
10. 11 or 10.
It was 10. It was
11.
10.
We skipped 11, I believe.
Okay, it was 10. And this dude, all he did was run. He never passed, and he ran up the same gap every play. He may switch it up once or twice. And the problem was I just didn't know the defense to get in and stop it. I beat him, but it took me going up and getting in the gap that he kept running through and forcing him to go into his coverage. So, but he ran the same play, and he was good too. But that's all he did. He had no strategy. He had one play that worked, 1 or 2 plays that worked, and that's all he ran. And I had about 3-4 more than him. That's all I ran. So, but yeah, I don't think it's the as many people that love those Madden and stuff like that don't really play with that with a strategy. They like I said, I think K-Bum hit it right on the nail. Is basically find the playbook that you like, that got some plays in it that you comfortable with running, and then who can score the most at that point. 21 stop. Yep. That's what it was.
Yep, I used to do my strategy, and I used to teach people how to actually play Madden. And my strategy to people was always take away their first option and make them go somewhere else. Find out whatever their first option is, and you take that first option away and make them do what they don't want to do, and that's how you get turnovers. That's how you get big plays, and that's how you stop them, because you take away their first read or what they really want to do, and you make them do something else.
You make them adjust.
And you make them adjust, and if they can't adjust, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Now, I would say there are a lot of people that do that what you just described, okay, Bob? That they force you out of your check down, your first option. Would you say?
Yeah, but the problem isn't just getting forced out of that. And as far as strategy, it's just okay. What do you now? Where's your second play? Where's your third play? There's a chess match, right? A chess doesn't end after you take the first piece. The chess match continues until there's no more pieces. The problem is these people are playing checkers, not chess. They don't understand positioning of your rook, position of your bishop, position of your queen, first move, countering, like that. That's the chess method. And I've sometimes I usually stop playing online at a certain point in Madden because it's no longer chess anymore. It's just checkers. And especially when you ultimate team where you can get your own players, and then at that point it's all exploits. But you don't have that chess match going on. And when I get those, I enjoy those type of games because it's rare at this point. And usually it's just, they're going to force feed whatever they have because that's the only thing they know how to do.
I wish you would start the tournament back up because actually I enjoyed them tournaments. I ain't gonna front. I didn't think I would, but having to sit there and Keith, it was crazy. And I'm gonna answer your question here in a second. Y'all kind of look at first name basis, aka fanatic question. Who is your favorite team? We're gonna answer that here in a second. Then we get out of here. But man, I enjoyed we was on a schedule, Keith. I think it was every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
And so we in the tournament, you would know who you playing every week. You would know who the person you playing and what time you would have to meet up with that person, set a time to play on. I think it was Tuesday and Thursday, and if he couldn't make it those, then you work out whatever day you could play them. And I don't know what it was, but man, it pulled me into playing Madden to where I really started enjoying, and I got good enough to beat the lower tier players. One dude, I believe, he lucked up. He did beat me. I almost made it to the final 4 teams. I was one game out of the final 4 teams, and I wouldn't have beat nobody else. Because I think K-Bum and his brother were the top 2, and then it was one other dude and one other. So I lost with it. I think it was dude playing with the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken, either the Raiders or the Browns. And we just had a scoring match, and he scored a field goal on me and got through. I think your brother ended up beating him, if I'm not mistaken, and you beat your brother, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was in NFC, so that sounds right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I would have been in the final 4. I was proud of myself, but like I said, he kicked the field goal and won. But his game, this is what happened. His game kept glitching, and it kept freaking pausing up, and which he should have got disqualified. But anyway, it is what it is. It glitched up so many times, it messed up a few of my plays. But anyway, but he got me. I ain't gonna front. He got me, but barely. But I missed those. I missed that, man. You should consider starting them tournaments back up because that was cool. Real talk. But as far as my favorite team is Kansas City, Patrick, my homeboy. I've been rolling with them for the last about 5 years. I'm a Andy Reid fan. I've been following Andy Reid since he was in Philly with Donovan and then my boy Mike Vick. So I like Andy Reid, and then so Patrick, my homeboy, is who I'm rocking with, and Steelers was another team of mine for a second, and with Coach why is his name skipping my head? Tomlin. So them two would be. I never liked Roethlisberger much, but I like Mike Tomlin, so I was big on Steelers. We used to have the Rams here. I was never really big on the Rams, even though that was our state team. But yeah, that's how I answer that. Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, and then a second to them would be the Steelers. But I don't really, since I haven't. But Patrick has been who I've been really following hard. Go ahead. What's your team, and then we get out of here.
I don't have one.
You don't have one? Okay.
No, I never, even as a kid, I remember my uncles, they would watch. And for me, I was never about the strategy. I didn't care. I can appreciate it now, but I never cared for the strategy. The strategy was always stop and go. And I was like, this is boring, guys. I can't watch this. And they wouldn't really explain it to me. So I never really got into it. Basketball was always my thing.
Okay.
Understandable. For me, I don't have a favorite team. As Level said, I was a St. Louis Rams fan. But since the St. Louis Rams left, I guess my team would have been the Saints because I was a big Drew Brees fan. But since Drew Brees is gone, I still consider myself a Saints fan. That's why I'm, a little bit, not for real. I mean, that's why I'm playing my dynasty with. I'm playing with the Saints, but I'm not really. I root for them, but I don't think I can consider myself a Saints fan, but I do root for the Saints whenever I can.
That's a better way for me to say it. I root for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm an Andy Reid fan, and I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. So I would say I root for the Kansas City Chiefs, just like I root for the Lakers. Even though I'm not a Laker fan, I'm a LeBron fan. So yeah,
what happened?
Yeah, I'm on any team LeBron on. I'm on their team. Hey man, what you need? A water? What you need? Towel? That's me. So anything else? Are we done with this cast? Oh, we got done before a 2-hour mark. That's what's up.
And I want to say, thank you for bringing up a sport conversation. That's unlike the podcast. I don't get a chance to do that much, so I appreciate you bringing it up at least. I get a chance to have my little sports talk. I mean, that's another one of my passions and one of my past lives. But I enjoy that.
DJ Fanatic, he said, I am a Philly fan. Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
we know. We had a conversation during the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. I got them 6'6" and they loaded. Woes on, so I'm moving. Out here in these trenches. Bada, don't mess with us. Got 4 deep and they ready to go. King James, letting you know. All got itchy triggers. Okay. We are about to wrap this thing up. I want to send shouts out to everyone that was in the comment section. Alan Steed, Wayne. We had a first time visitor, Wayne. Dropping bombs up in here. DJ Fanatic, aka First Name Basis, Miss Banana, Raging Banana. We also had Sister Nia, aka the video game Her, in the comment section. K-Bomb 20 was in here. Who else was in here? Oh, Keith Norris was even in here. Oh, Levelhead, who are you? Oh, you in here too. Anyway, we all was in here. Glad to be here with y'all tonight. We had a few people tuning in. I'm going to let these fellas sign out, and then we're going to get out of here. Starting with that boy, Mr. Norris. Go ahead.
Yes. A good show. Got the answers I was looking for.
Tony Baker.
Mark those them.
That's Tony Baker.
He does do that. I wasn't even thinking about that, but he does do that. But yeah, man, it was a good show. Can't wait to the next one and have more games to talk about. Some new. Can't wait for some more news to come out. Get you guys' thoughts. And until next time.
All right, go ahead, K-Bomb.
Nah, man, just I enjoyed myself today. Today was a good one. I was feeling a little sick earlier today, so it was always good to chop it up with the homies. So I do have to say I enjoyed myself. Time well spent, and I can't wait for the next time.
All right. Well, make sure y'all share this, like this. Help us spread the word. We're trying to grow this viewers on our podcast. We're trying to stay consistent as best as possible. I thank all y'all for tuning in, man. There's some few dope podcasts out here. Who was it? Chariot Man. Y'all go check him and his podcast out, dude. They got a dope podcast over there. Make sure you check out the video game Her, Rage of Banana. I think they do a lot. Neil, are you still doing what? Why you don't be making videos, Neil? What's going on here? You be posting stuff on Twitter a lot.
She hate us, that's all.
I know, man. She be having videos out there. So don't expect this. Don't expect me to make videos weekly. Anyway. But yeah, y'all go follow her as well. And everybody here, if you got a podcast, make sure you start sharing it on our channel. Make sure you share it in the comment section. We'll put a spotlight on you. Anyway, this was the Live and Level Gamers podcast. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, all in your eardrum. To then be blessed and stay safe. Make sure you spam this everywhere. Help us get these views back up. Put this on your Twitter account, on your Instagram, YouTube. Let us use your space to grow our space. Pause. Anyway, this was the Live and Level Gaming podcast. Signing out. Deuces.
But we got Smash Bros though. but we got smashed, bros, though. But we got smashed, bro.
One-hitter quitter, TKO. One-hitter quitter, TKO. One-hitter quitter, TKO.
But we got smashed, bro.
One-hitter
But we got
quitter,
smashed, bro.